Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to expand on my previous video about personal branding as an entrepreneur. Today, we're going to go a lot deeper into leveraging social media for personal branding. As an entrepreneur, social media can be a powerful tool to showcase your expertise, build your reputation, and grow your business. So today we're going to try to break this down into some simple steps that you can follow to really start to leverage and use social media to build your personal brand, build your business, and grow overall as an entrepreneur. So the first step in leveraging social media for personal branding is choosing the right platform. These days, there are plenty of platforms to choose from Instagram to TikTok to YouTube. For example, if you're targeting a younger demographic, you might want to focus on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. If you're targeting a more professional audience, platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter might be more effective for you. It's also important to consider which platform aligns with your personal brand message. If you're an expert in visual content creation, platforms like Instagram and Pinterest might be a good fit. If you're a thought leader in your industry, platforms like LinkedIn or Twitter might be effective for you. Let's take a look at one of my personal favorites. So this is an entrepreneur who has leveraged specific social media platforms for their personal brand. The example that we're going to use here is Patrick Bet-David. He's great on a couple platforms. He uses Twitter to put out his thoughts, opinions, and to engage people in conversation that he's actually active inside of. He also has a very successful YouTube channel where he has the PBD podcast. On that podcast, he has a range of different types of guests where he goes into a lot of depth with current events, politics, and entrepreneurs and their thoughts and the way that this all functions and goes in together inside of the world we live in today. He's also very active on Instagram. Now, if you go and look at all of these things, his brand message and who he is and his true personality shows in all of those platforms. And that's one of the big things we talked about in the previous video is making sure that you align your message on all the platforms. Make sure that that message stays consistent with the brand that you want to portray. So now that you've chosen the platform that you want to start with, the next step is to create engaging content that resonates with your audience. This means creating content that is both informative, entertaining, and that showcases your unique expertise and personality. One way to create effective content is to use visuals. Platforms like Instagram and Pinterest rely heavily on visuals to engage their audience. So make sure to include high quality images, videos, and graphics for your content. Another way to create effective content is to use storytelling. We spoke about this previously. Everybody has a story. People want to hear your story. One of the hardest things to do is be vulnerable on social media. A lot of people are afraid to really open up and show who they really are and try to portray a character. You can have a little bit of that character inside of it, but eventually you've got to really show who you are and what your personal brand is through storytelling. The storytelling builds a level of trust that can't be done in any other way because people feel like they know you. And once somebody knows you, they will trust you. These are big things that come into play when you're really building your brand and trying to sell a product or attach your personal brand to a product or a service or a company. People will already trust you, therefore it will transfer and they will trust your company or your service or that product as well. A final note would be user-generated content. It can be very powerful to build your personal brand. Encourage your followers to share their experiences with your brand or share their own content related to your industry. This can help you build a community around your brand and increase your reach on social media. I know we've all seen it. We've all clicked on an ad or we've clicked on, a link here or there. And you see tons and tons of testimonials for businesses, for services, for products. Those testimonials play a big part in most people's decisions. So it's really important to show what your community has been saying about you because that shows that you are trustworthy. It shows that you have credibility, and it's a great way to drive people to that service, to that product, or to your business itself. As an example, we can take a look at somebody who does this really well. Marie Forleo, who uses her Instagram account to share motivational quotes, personal stories, and behind the scenes content from her business. She also encourages her followers to share their own experiences and interact with her account. She's building a very big community of people that communicate with each other. And that's a big thing, because once your followers start to communicate with each other and you are active inside of that community, you're going to begin to build and cultivate something that will follow you wherever you go. And that's what I mean about placing your brand on other products and services. So as you grow and expand, you don't have to start over with that new product. You take the personal brand that you've already created and you take that with you. This is one of the biggest things and why personal branding is so big, because as long as you are consistent with it, it's not going to go anywhere. The last part that's really important, so once you've got your platform, you've got some consistent content ideas, and you're creating that brand message, one of the biggest things that you can do is actually track the progress. Go through and track what you're doing and see if it's actually getting the impact that you want. These key metrics can be your likes, your comments, your shares, how many people are actually messaging you, DMs. So there's a ton of different things that you can do here to measure, but on a lot of platforms, they're going to give you those analytics as a creator so that you can begin to track and use the things that are resonating with your audience. So if one post or one reel or short actually gets hundreds or thousands of views, make more content like that. Your community loves it. They want to see more of it. If there's a ton of comments, a ton of shares, those are things that your community likes and the people like to see. So continue to make more content. So it's important to go back, track these things, and refine the process and continue to create more consistent content that gets those results. One of the other things that you can track is the follower count. Is your follower count growing? Is it getting smaller? That is a big key factor that you're putting good content out. If your following is getting smaller, chances are the people that are inside of your community don't like the content. I know it's hard to hear sometimes when we take a hit to the ego, but we need to change it because our goal in personal branding and in leveraging social media is to grow our follower account. That's more opportunities for sales, more opportunities for your business, more opportunities to grow and continue to expand on your personal brand. So keep track of it. See what type of content got more followers or lost followers. Those are good indications that you're on the right track and you're putting out the right type of content. Finally, one of the big things is your website traffic. So you should be driving this traffic somewhere. You may not have the service now, you may not have the product, or your business may not be ready to go right now, but eventually you should be pushing this traffic somewhere. Where are you trying to get these people to go? What are you trying to get them to go look at? Is it a product? Is it a service? Is it just your business? What is it? What is that piece that you're trying to get them to look at? So track the website traffic if you're pushing them there. This is a key indicator that the people got your message, they understood what you were talking about, and they were interested in it. So they wanted to go see more. They were ready to look into this product, look into this service, read about your business, join your blog, join your email newsletter. Doesn't matter what it is. Track those factors because that is a very big piece, even if they're not liking, even if they're not commenting, but they're going to your website and they're signing up for your offer or they're joining the newsletter, whatever it may be. That is a massive, massive piece of data that is going to tell you that you're on the right track. If you continue to do that, that newsletter will grow, the website traffic will grow, and you will begin to cultivate new ideas and new services that actually resonate even more with your audience. Once you get into that, you can use things like Google Analytics. This will help you track website traffic, measure your social media impact. There are a lot of other tools that you can use inside of this. Maybe you use a Go High Level to schedule your social media posts. You can use Sprout Social. There are a ton of different things that you can do to help push that content and get your name and your brand out there. So just to recap, we discussed the importance of choosing the right social media platform for your brand and the message you're putting out. Creating engaging content. That means using sound effects. That means using different camera angles. That means using pop-ups in the video. Whatever it may be, try different things. See what attracts the audience and see what gets them engaging in your content. The last piece of that was measuring the success. Track the follows, track the shares, track the website traffic, track your signups, whatever it may be. Keep track of it. If you don't have good data, then you don't know where you need to improve, where you could improve, or what you should leave out entirely. So that wraps up the video today. I hope this was informative, and I hope you got something out of this about the consistency and what you can do to leverage social media. We'll be putting out a lot more videos just like this about branding, about different types of entrepreneurship and things that you can do to continue to grow as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So if you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like or a thumbs up, and let us know with that engagement that you enjoyed this content.